Okay, so you've been driving DoorDash a while, maybe you're starting to get some reps under your belt, and chances are you have a go-to marketplace, most likely your home marketplace that you drive in. Well, in this video, I'm going to take you through a live shift in my home-based marketplace and go over some advanced strategies of how to consistently make $25 per hour. Before we get into this shift, I want to welcome you to the channel. This channel is dedicated to your success in this gig economy, the side hustle. So if you are new here, consider subscribing. And if you want to take the guesswork out of your side hustle and succeed on most any food delivery app, visit yourdrivermike.com/delivery. And for this week only, save 20% on the Mastering Delivery course with code DOMINATEDELIVERY. So order number one, Corner Cafe, $13.85 for 7.6 miles. So to remind you of the basics, number one, how much does it pay? Number two, what's the dollars to mile ratio? How much am I getting paid for the miles driven? But at number three, I really want to focus on positioning for this shift because again, this is my home base. This is the Mission Valley market segment here in San Diego, and there is a peak pay bonus. But having said all that, let's go over positioning and how it's going to help you succeed. When it comes to positioning, I want you to see where these orders are taking you and how far outside of your marketplace it's pulling you. Because there's a big difference if DoorDash is having you finish within your scheduled zone, or it's pulling you outside of the scheduled zone, or if it's pulling you really outside of the scheduled zone. So make sure, number one, that your orders pass the first two criteria. That's pay, really gross revenue, and then number two, the dollars to mile ratio. Okay, pass and pass. So this order, it's taking us east, and you may not know it, but it's actually pulling us into a different marketplace. Is that good or bad? In my opinion, it's good, or at least okay if it's taking you to a different marketplace, but it's taking you maybe to the edge of that marketplace, maybe in the middle, but it's not taking you to the absolute opposite side of the marketplace. So this order is bringing me just into the La Mesa marketplace. That's the marketplace that is east of this home base, Mission Valley. Now, if it was taking me to the very eastern tip of that La Mesa marketplace, then I may want to think about it. And why? Well, number one, that means more miles. Chances are this order would have been, let's say, 10 miles instead of 7.6. Number two, this is the big thing when it comes to positioning. If it's taking you further and further and further away from your scheduled marketplace, that means more time and more miles to get back into your scheduled zone. Because at least in my opinion, let me know down below in the comments if you see this, but the deeper you get into a different marketplace, one that you're not scheduled in on DoorDash, the lower and lower the chances of you getting another order. Now, not always. I've finished in different marketplaces and I've immediately gotten another order, but you cannot rely on that. And again, in my opinion, DoorDash only does that when that new unscheduled marketplace is really slammed with orders. Next order, Tokyo Sushi Loha, $10.25 for 6.2 miles. Now this is an interesting one. Look at that route. So my current location indicated by the blue dot on the Dasher app. Now the pickup, now again, I'm in the La Mesa marketplace, is pulling me even more east into the marketplace, and the pickup is indicated by that shopping bag. And then I'm basically making one big loop, and I'm looping back around westward to the customer's location. So again, going over the fundamentals, number one, gross revenue, how is it? $10.25, that's pretty good. I want you to look at really orders with a minimum of $7. Number two, the dollars to mile ratio, it's $10.25 for 6.2 miles. I would like a little bit more pay or less miles, but that passes. Number three are advanced strategies when it comes to market positioning. How is this one? Now this one took me a little bit longer because it's looping back around. Yes, I'm going deeper into that La Mesa marketplace, but clearly I'm looping right back westward, but I'm still pretty much in that La Mesa marketplace. So I thought about this one for a second, but it passes the fundamental tests. I'm gonna accept this one because I'm confident that I got this order in the La Mesa marketplace, that I'll continue to get orders, or I'll get an order that'll bring me back to Mission Valley. And this was exactly my mindset of why I accepted that last order. This one from Little Caesars, $10.25 for 7.5 miles, but there's more to that. This is our repositioning order. So again, fundamentals, gross revenue, okay, dollars to mile ratio, it's okay. But my strategy on this one is it was pulling me back westward, back into Mission Valley. So just to tie it back in with that last order, if you are going to accept the orders in the new unscheduled zone, try to get orders like this that pull you back in to the scheduled zone, because ideally that is where you want to be. And you want to be in this scheduled zone because, again, you're kind of taking a chance hanging around that unscheduled zone when DoorDash really wants you back here. And next order, this is a very interesting one. This one from Lefty's Chicago Pizzeria, $13.25, 6.4 miles. But what's the potential problem with this one? The problem is that this one is pulling me pretty far south, clearly outside of my scheduled zone. So why would you accept this one? Because I did accept this order. Now, let me just point out, this is not downtown because, parking is difficult delivering downtown. This is not delivering downtown. This is just outside of downtown, but still, why would I take this order that's pulling me so far south out of my marketplace? Well, yes, it passes the fundamental test when it comes to pay, but that's not the reason I accepted this one. It's because of the time. Let's pay attention to the delivery time here. It says deliver by 8:39 p.m. So that's DoorDash's prediction of course, when should you finish this delivery. So to clarify, what you didn't know is I was driving on that peak pay bonus, like I mentioned, but that peak pay ends at 8:30. Whenever you're finishing your shift, you gotta squeeze in that last order and do so with enough time to get the peak pay. Okay, yes, but I still could have waited for another order. So factor number 2 is, where is my literal home base? I live north of that finishing destination. So obviously I knew, okay, I'm gonna finish my delivery here and then it's a quick drive home. So whenever you're driving for DoorDash, especially in your home marketplace, I don't want you to have the set it and forget it mentality as you get these reps. As I mentioned, 100 deliveries, 1,000, 8,000, you're gonna say, okay, I know my marketplace, I know generally these places are busy, etc., and that's fine. And yes, you'll have that experience, but I'm hoping that you're going past the fundamentals and looking at positioning because it matters. You know what else matters? The actual numbers of how much I made during this shift to see if it actually made sense for the orders that I took. So this shift in my home base in Mission Valley on a $5 peak pay bonus, let's see if it made sense here. The shift was from 6:45 p.m. until 8:45 p.m. My total gross revenue was $54 for a gross revenue per hour of $27. During this shift, I completed 4 deliveries, did receive 4 tips with a pretty strong tip average, $5.13. Total business miles for this shift, 30.1, which gives us a tax deduction of $17.31. You have to always look for ways to get that extra edge, to be on that front end of the bell curve of driver earners. What can I do? Can I minimize miles? Can I find better places to wait? Better times of the day as far as peak pay? Things like this, positioning. How can I best set myself up for success? And if you got value in this video, definitely drop me a like, and also make sure to check out my Amazon storefront. That's linked down below so you can get the very best accessories. You can also click or tap the screen and now for my most recent video, as well as a video recommended for you, and I'll see you in the next one.